Good evening. I stand before you today with one powerful message: everything is possible. We live in a world that often tries to convince us of our limits. It whispers, you can't, it's too hard, you're not enough, but I want you to hear me loud and clear when I say this: you have within you, right now, everything you need to create the life of your dreams. You are not bound by your circumstances. You are not defined by your past. You are not limited by the obstacles you face today. What limits you most, my friends, is the belief that you are limited at all. It begins with believing in your potential. I want you to feel that truth deep in your soul, that you were born with the power to achieve greatness. We often look to the world for validation, but the real validation comes from within. When you step into your own power, you no longer seek permission to rise. You simply do. And that, my dear ones, is where persistence comes in. Success doesn't come easily, and the journey will have its highs and lows. But let me tell you, every no you face, every setback you experience is simply a step closer to the breakthrough you've been waiting for. Think of every challenge as a lesson, every failure as feedback, and every moment of doubt as an opportunity to grow stronger. The world's greatest achievers didn't stop when things got tough. They pressed on with faith in their hearts and a belief that, yes, everything is possible. Now, let's talk about challenging the limits. You see, society loves to define what is possible and what is impossible. It creates boundaries and boxes to contain us. But those definitions, they are not yours. They are not mine. We get to define our own limits. Don't ever let someone else's version of reality dictate the possibilities for your life. You were born to break barriers, to soar higher than you ever imagined. It's time to ask yourself, what could I achieve if I no longer feared what's outside my comfort zone? Trust that the journey you are on is exactly the one you need to be on. The path to your dreams is not always linear. There will be unexpected turns, delays, and detours. But trust in the process. The universe knows what it's doing. The life you are meant to live will unfold exactly as it should, in the perfect time. Every twist and turn along the way is preparing you, molding you into the person you need to be, to step into the fullness of your dreams. And as you rise, my friends, don't forget to lift others. There's a saying that goes, success is sweetest when it's shared. When you believe that everything is possible for you, you become a beacon of possibility for others. Share your light. Inspire those around you. Help others see the greatness that lies within them too. Because the truth is, the more you lift others, the higher you rise. So I say to you today, let go of your doubts. Let go of the fear. Let go of the old stories that told you what you could not do. And instead, stand tall, stand proud, and declare with every fiber of your being, everything is possible. And then go out there and prove it. Embracing your potential is about acknowledging the immense power that lies within you, power that too often you may not fully recognize or appreciate. From the moment you were born, you were infused with limitless possibility. Yet, throughout life, many of us are conditioned to doubt ourselves, to look outside ourselves for validation, and to shrink in the face of challenges. But what if I told you that everything you need is already inside you? You were not born to live small. You were born with the ability to create, to overcome, to rise, to heal, and to achieve greatness. The world may tell you otherwise, but the truth is that the potential within you is boundless. It's woven into your very DNA, the essence of who you are. The dreams you hold, the visions you have for your life, the desires that stir deep within you, those are not accidents. They are your internal compass pointing you toward your true purpose. What you are capable of is beyond anything you have yet imagined. When you embrace your potential, you stop seeking approval or permission from others. You no longer look to the outside world to tell you who you are or what you're capable of. You learn to trust your own instincts and to listen to the quiet voice within that speaks the language of possibility. This is the shift from living in reaction to life to stepping into your power and becoming the creator of your own story. But embracing your potential requires courage. It requires the courage to believe that you are worthy of your dreams and that those dreams are not just meant for other people. It's easy to look at someone else and think they've got it. They can do it. But not me, but that is simply a lie we've been taught to believe. Everyone, no matter their background, no matter their circumstances, has the same power to change their life. The difference is not in the resources available to them, it's in how deeply they believe in the possibility of their own greatness. When you begin to truly embrace your potential, you stop settling for less than you deserve. You begin to see yourself not just as who you are today, but as who you are becoming. You stop looking at the past as a reflection of your future. The mistakes, the failures, the doubts, they are not permanent definitions of who you are. They are simply part of your journey. They are stepping stones to something greater. And once you recognize this, once you believe in the depth of your potential, your world changes. You start acting from a place of belief rather than fear. You pursue your goals with a new kind of energy, one that comes from within, fueled by the certainty that success is not just possible but inevitable. You start seeing challenges as opportunities to grow, not obstacles that stand in your way. You become a magnet for possibility because your energy is now aligned with your highest vision. But here's the thing, embracing your potential isn't just about self-belief, it's about understanding that your greatness is not just for you. When you step into your full potential, you light a path for others to follow. You show them what's possible when we dare to be our authentic selves, when we trust that we are more than enough, when we believe that we deserve everything we dream of and more. Your potential is not just your gift to yourself, it's your gift to the world. So ask yourself what would happen if you stopped holding back. What if you allowed yourself to dream bigger than you've ever dreamed before? What if you decided today that you are worthy of living the life you've always imagined? The world is waiting for you to step into that power, to claim that greatness, and to start living from a place of limitless possibility. Embrace your potential because it's the key to unlocking everything you've ever wanted. Believing in the power of persistence is understanding that the path to your dreams is not always a straight line. It's not about how quickly you get there, but how resolutely you continue, even when the road gets tough. Persistence is the quiet force that keeps you moving forward when the world tells you to stop, when doubt creeps in, and when it feels like the odds are stacked against you. It's the unshakable belief that even when everything seems uncertain, your efforts will eventually bear fruit. So many times in life we are tempted to give up. We hit a roadblock, face rejection, or experience failure, and it feels easier to walk away, to choose the comfort of certainty over the discomfort of pushing through. But the truth is, failure is not the opposite of success, it is part of it. Every successful person you admire has faced setbacks, endured struggles, and encountered moments where they wanted to quit. The difference is they chose to persist. They believed in the process, trusted in themselves, and kept moving forward, even when it felt like they were walking through the storm. Persistence is about understanding that the journey is rarely a smooth ride. There will be challenges, but those challenges are not signs that you're on the wrong path. They are simply part of the process, the necessary lessons that shape you into the person capable of achieving the vision you hold. Every no you hear, every door that closes, is merely redirecting you to something better. It's the universe's way of saying, not yet, but keep going. It's pushing you to develop your resilience, your strength, and your ability to keep moving in the face of adversity. And when you look back, you'll realize that each difficulty you overcame was a stepping stone, a part of the larger picture that was always unfolding. It's important to realize that persistence isn't just about working harder, it's about working smarter, learning from your mistakes, and adjusting your approach without losing sight of your end goal. Persistence means being willing to try again when you fail. It means taking the lesson from each setback and using it to fuel your next attempt. It's not just about physical effort, it's about mental and emotional fortitude. It's about refusing to let temporary circumstances dictate your future. At times, persistence will test your faith. It will make you question yourself, your goals, and your worth. You may wonder if you are on the right path or if the sacrifices are worth it. But persistence teaches you that the most important breakthroughs often come right after the darkest moments. Think of the caterpillar in its cocoon. Its struggle to break free is not a sign of failure, but a necessary part of its transformation. When you persist, you are transforming yourself, becoming someone capable of holding your dreams in your hands. And though it may not feel like it in the moment, every bit of effort, every ounce of determination is pushing you closer to that moment when everything falls into place. Persistence is also about embracing the discomfort that comes with growth. Growth is not always pleasant, it's messy, it's uncertain, and it's often painful. But without discomfort, there is no transformation. You can't build a muscle without putting stress on it. You can't create anything great without enduring moments of hardship. But every drop of sweat, every moment of doubt, every day you question whether you can keep going, those are the moments when you are being refined. You are becoming stronger, more resilient, and more capable of achieving things you once thought were impossible. When you believe in the power of persistence, you understand that success is not a destination, but a journey of continuous effort. It's a journey that requires not just strength, but also faith in your own abilities, faith in your vision, and faith in the process. The beauty of persistence is that it gives you the opportunity to keep improving, to keep evolving, and to become the person who is worthy of the dreams you hold. There will be times when the world doubts you, when the people around you question your decisions, and when your inner voice tells you to quit. But persistence is about choosing to listen to that deeper voice, the one that reminds you of your purpose, of your potential, and of the fact that your dreams are valid. It's the courage to stand tall, to take the next step, and to keep moving forward, no matter how difficult the journey may seem. So believe in the power of persistence. Know that you are capable of far more than you can imagine. Every setback is a lesson, every failure is an opportunity, and every moment of doubt is a chance to grow stronger. Success is not for the faint of heart. It is for those who are willing to persist, who are willing to keep going when it feels impossible, and who are committed to seeing their dreams through to the end. When you persist, you will find that everything you desire is closer than you think. Challenging the limits is not about defying the laws of nature or the boundaries of reality. It is about questioning the invisible boundaries that others have set for you, the limits that you have internalized, and the limitations that society has conditioned you to believe. These limits often exist not because they are real, but because we have accepted them as truth. We grow up with certain ideas of what is possible and what is not, often based on what we see around us or what we are told by those who came before us. But the truth is, those limits are only as real as we allow them to be. Think about the stories you've heard of people who were told they couldn't achieve something, only to prove everyone wrong. Think of the underdogs, the ones who were told they didn't belong, the ones who had no reason to succeed according to the world's standards, but who pushed past the boundaries of expectation and created something extraordinary. These stories are not outliers, they are the rule. They are reminders that the limits we perceive are often nothing more than illusions we've allowed ourselves to believe in. The only true limit is the one we impose on ourselves. To challenge the limits means recognizing that the boundaries we think are insurmountable are often just challenges waiting to be conquered. It's about reframing the way we see obstacles not as roadblocks, but as stepping stones that help us discover what we are really capable of. Every time you push past a limit, whether it's a personal belief, a societal standard, or even a physical barrier, you open up a new realm of possibility. You see that the very things that once seemed impossible are not only achievable, but often lead to the greatest breakthroughs in our lives. The first step in challenging the limits is believing that they can be pushed, broken, or transformed. It requires a mindset shift from I can't to I can. This doesn't mean you can ignore your reality or pretend there are no obstacles. It means seeing the obstacles as part of your growth process. When you challenge the limits, you stop seeing yourself as a victim of your circumstances and start seeing yourself as a creator of your destiny. It's about shifting your focus from the challenge itself to the potential growth and change that comes from pushing through it. You stop asking, why is this happening to me? And start asking, what is this teaching me? When you approach life with this mindset, you begin to see how many of the limits you thought existed were simply mental blocks. Challenging the limits also means taking risks, stepping outside of what feels safe and familiar. If you're not occasionally uncomfortable, it's a sign you're not growing. Growth happens when you step into the unknown, when you push yourself beyond the comfortable boundaries you've created, and when you take chances that make others wonder if you're crazy. Yes, you may stumble. Yes, you may fall. Yes, it will be hard. But each of those falls will teach you more than you could ever learn by standing still. The more you challenge the limits, the more you expand what's possible for you, and the more your capacity to overcome challenges grows. And this isn't just about personal growth, it's about breaking down the limitations that hold entire groups of people back. Think about how society has historically limited individuals based on race, gender, or class. The world often draws lines around who gets to succeed, who gets to lead, who gets to dream, and who is confined to the sidelines. But every time someone challenges the social or cultural limits placed on them, they create a path for others to follow. They prove that success is not determined by external labels or restrictions, but by the courage to believe in one's worth and potential. It's in this way that challenging limits has a ripple effect. As you break through your own boundaries, you make space for others to do the same. The limits that you challenge today are not just your own to overcome, they belong to everyone who comes after you. We are all capable of so much more than we realize, and part of the reason we don't achieve more is because we don't challenge the limits enough. What if you could do what you've been told is impossible? What if you could reach the goals that seem so far out of reach? The only way to know is to push against the boundaries and see what happens. It's time to ask yourself, what are the limits in my life that I've been accepting as permanent? What would happen if I started to question them? What if I decided right now that I am capable of so much more? By challenging the limits, you redefine what is possible, not just for yourself, but for everyone around you. You rewrite the narrative, not just of your own life, but of the stories we tell ourselves as a collective. When you choose to challenge the limits, you step into your highest potential, and you inspire others to do the same. You remind the world that nothing is impossible. The only limits that truly exist are the ones we allow to hold us back. So I say, challenge the limits, break them, stretch them, push them, and most of all, believe that you are the one who gets to decide where the boundaries lie. The power to create your future, to shape your life, and to expand what is possible is in your hands. Trusting the journey is one of the most powerful acts of faith you can engage in. It is the belief that no matter how uncertain or difficult the path may seem, it is leading you to exactly where you need to be. It's not always easy to trust when you can't see the outcome, when the road is unclear, or when the present moment feels far from the dream you envision for yourself. Yet the truth is, the journey itself, every twist, turn, and detour is just as important as the destination. In fact, the journey is where the transformation happens. It is where you grow, learn, and evolve into the person you need to be, to fully receive the blessings and opportunities that await you. Trusting the journey means accepting that you don't need to have all the answers right now. You don't need to see the entire map laid out before you. Life is rarely linear. There are moments when you may feel lost, uncertain, or even disillusioned. It's easy to think that when things aren't going according to plan, you're off track or that you've somehow made a wrong turn. But the reality is, every experience, every challenge, every moment of doubt is part of your personal growth. These are not signs of failure, they are the ingredients that shape your resilience, your patience, and your capacity to appreciate success when it finally arrives. What we often fail to realize is that life is unfolding exactly as it should, even when it doesn't make sense in the moment. The journey isn't just about reaching your goal, it's about becoming the person capable of achieving that goal. The experiences that feel like setbacks are often the very things that prepare you for what's to come. You may not see it now, but each moment, every high and low, is laying the foundation for your ultimate success. Trusting the journey means surrendering to the process, releasing the need to control every outcome, and allowing the universe, life, or whatever you believe in to lead you toward what is truly meant for you. It's in the uncertainty that we often find the greatest opportunities for growth. Think about how nature works. Plants grow slowly, roots digging deep into the earth, often unseen before they shoot up toward the sky. In the same way, you might be laying the groundwork in your life right now, even when you can't see the results of your labor. Trust that everything you are going through is preparing you for something greater. Life is happening for you, not to you. Sometimes the biggest challenges lead you to the biggest rewards. When you trust the journey, you give yourself permission to live in the now, to embrace the uncertainty, and to believe that every step is moving you forward, even when the progress doesn't appear to be immediate. There will be moments when you question the journey. You'll wonder if you're on the right path or if you should be doing something else. It's easy to look around and compare yourself to others, especially when it seems like everyone else has it figured out. But comparison is the thief of joy. Your journey is uniquely yours, and it is unfolding in its own perfect timing. What works for someone else may not work for you. The timing of your dreams, the path you're meant to walk, will be different from anyone else's, and that's perfectly okay. You are not meant to follow someone else's footsteps. You are meant to carve your own path, to trust that where you are right now is exactly where you are supposed to be. When you trust the journey, you learn to be patient with yourself. Patience is not passive. It is an active belief that everything will unfold as it should. It's the quiet strength to keep going, even when the rewards seem distant or the way forward is unclear. It's the courage to continue, knowing that everything you need will come to you in due time. Trusting the journey means releasing the urgency to get to the destination and learning to savor the steps along the way, no matter how long or winding they may be. Life is not just about achieving, it's about experiencing, learning, and evolving. Every day you take a step forward is a step toward the person you are becoming, the life you are creating. Trusting the journey also involves learning to let go. Let go of expectations, let go of the need for things to unfold on your own timetable, and let go of the illusion that you can control everything. Surrendering doesn't mean giving up, it means giving in to the flow of life, embracing the unexpected, and allowing yourself to be open to new experiences. It's about trusting that even when things don't go according to your plan, there is a greater plan at work, one that is shaping you into the person you are meant to be. This kind of trust doesn't come easily, especially when things are tough, but it is in the toughest moments that trust becomes the most important tool you have. When everything feels uncertain, when you feel like you're walking blind, that is when your trust in the journey can carry you through. It's like walking through a dark tunnel, though you may not see the light at the end of it. You know that if you keep moving forward, you will eventually emerge into something greater. The journey always leads to growth, even if it doesn't immediately lead to the success you're hoping for. Trusting the journey is a commitment to yourself, to your dreams, and to the belief that everything is unfolding as it should. It is a promise to keep going, even when it feels like the path is unclear, because you know that with each step, you are getting closer to the life you're meant to live. The journey is just as important as the destination. Embrace it, trust it, and remember that every step, no matter how small, is a step in the right direction. Empowering others along the way is one of the most profound acts of leadership and love you can offer the world. It goes beyond simply achieving success for yourself. It's about lifting others up as you rise, sharing what you've learned, and encouraging those around you to believe in their own potential. In a world that often feels competitive, where the narrative is too often focused on individual success, empowering others creates a ripple effect that transforms not only individuals but entire communities, workplaces, and even societies. When you empower others, you ignite a collective energy that fuels growth, unity, and shared success. It starts with the understanding that no one is truly successful alone. Every person you meet, every relationship you form, plays a role in your journey, and you, too, have the ability to influence and impact those around you. We all walk different paths, but we all face struggles, self-doubt, and moments where we question our worth. Sometimes all it takes to turn someone's day around is a simple word of encouragement, a moment of kindness, or a gesture that lets them know they are seen, valued, and capable. Empowering others is not about giving them something they lack, but helping them see that they already have everything they need inside of them. As you walk your own path toward growth and success, remember that there are countless people on parallel journeys, some further along than you, some just starting out. You are in a unique position to guide, inspire, and share your lessons with those who may need them most. This doesn't mean you need to have all the answers or pretend that you are always confident and sure of yourself. Empowerment doesn't come from perfection, it comes from authenticity, vulnerability, and the willingness to share the real, raw parts of your journey. It's about showing others that if you can overcome obstacles, so can they. If you can persist through challenges, so can they. If you can create the life you dream of, so can they. The power of empowerment lies in your ability to help others believe in themselves. Too often, we are our own harshest critics. We doubt our abilities, question our worth, and sometimes allow the opinions of others to define us. When you empower someone, you help them see beyond their current limitations. You encourage them to step into their full potential and to rise above the fears and doubts that are holding them back. This doesn't require grand gestures. Sometimes it's a listening ear, a word of encouragement, or the simple act of showing someone that you believe in them when they struggle to believe in themselves. The most powerful way to empower others is through genuine care and belief in their capacity for greatness. Empowering others is not just about giving advice or offering assistance, it's about creating space for them to find their own strength, their own voice, and their own sense of purpose. True empowerment involves teaching others how to stand on their own, to make their own decisions, and to trust their own instincts. It's about sharing your wisdom, not in a way that positions you as superior, but in a way that encourages others to tap into their own inner wisdom. When you empower someone, you create an environment in which they can flourish, where their ideas are valued, and where they feel supported as they navigate their own journey. This principle extends far beyond personal relationships. It applies to the professional world, to communities, to movements that seek to make the world a better place. Empowering others is essential in leadership, whether you are leading a team, a family, or a community. The most effective leaders are those who lift others up, who recognize the strengths in others and help those strengths flourish. They inspire those around them to be their best selves, and in doing so, they create an environment where success is not just individual but collective. Empowerment in leadership means giving people the tools, opportunities, and confidence to take ownership of their roles and responsibilities. It means seeing the potential in others before they see it in themselves, and providing them with the encouragement and support they need to step into that potential. Sometimes empowering others means stepping aside and letting them take the lead. It means recognizing that leadership is not about holding on to control, but about creating leaders. You empower others when you trust them to step into their own power, even if it means allowing them to make mistakes or take risks. By doing this, you help them grow in ways they couldn't if they were always waiting for permission, always following someone else's lead. Empowerment means giving others the confidence to take initiative, make decisions, and take ownership of their own success. As you rise on your journey, remember that the path you walk isn't just for you. It is for the people you will touch, the people whose lives will be better because of the energy you share, the kindness you show, and the wisdom you pass along. Empowerment is a gift that multiplies. When you empower someone else, they in turn are more likely to do the same for others. And through this continuous cycle, we create communities of strength, resilience, and hope. We create cultures of collaboration, where success is not a finite resource, but something that grows as it is shared. Empowering others also means being aware of the power of your words and actions. You never know the impact a kind word or a gesture of encouragement can have on someone's life. In moments of self-doubt, when people are on the edge of giving up, it's often the smallest sign of belief from someone else that makes all the difference. A word of praise, a pat on the back, a simple act of kindness, these can be life-changing. By empowering others, you become a part of their story, a part of their journey, and the ripple effect of your belief in them can last far longer than you could ever imagine. In the end, the true measure of success isn't just about what you achieve, it's about the impact you make on others along the way. When you empower others, you create a legacy of growth, possibility, and connection that lasts far beyond your own lifetime. You become part of a larger movement, one that changes lives, one person at a time, and in doing so, you change the world.